Hello, listeners. This is Lee Price.
This is Will Ford from Football 365.
And you're listening smartly to At the Bridge Pod, a Chelsea FC podcast, although I would describe it as the Chelsea FC podcast.
Magical from Eden Hazard. Kai Havertz in the Champions League final. Ivanovic! In the middle, it's just behind him. But it's tapped in by Hakim Ziyech. Matic with the ball driver. Matic takes the net off. Hat-trick hero. Cole Palmer wins an epic, sensational game.
It's time for another episode of At the Bridge Pod, your number one Chelsea FC podcast. Coming up on this episode,
I do believe that Chelsea are second in the Premier League table. Oh, welcome back everyone to another episode of At the Bridge Pod, and I'm your host Mike, and I'm joined in this virtual room roaring with a lion, and we've won a game of football. So Chris deserts us at all time. Oh, bloody hell, Chris is here. Oh my word, Monday show on a Monday. Chris is here. What was your moment of the weekend, Chris?
Do you know what? I'm probably going to say randomly, because my game, I'll get this out there. My girls' game on Saturday didn't go well. We got beat by a team that was far superior. And then Sunday's game was called off. So that annoyed me, because it just leaves me with nothing to do. And I just sort of wander about my house aimlessly looking for something to do. I'm going to say Gotham FC winning the NWSL Championship.
Oh, that's fair.
Two former Blues in there, Jess Carter and Katrin Berger.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, can't disagree.
I didn't stay up for it, I'm not going to lie, because it was on at 1 a.m. And I can't stay up that late anymore.
No, past your bedtime.
Way past.
No. Look, first of all, I'm really happy that one of my games of the weekend, the first game of the weekend, absolutely. You know, when I said it could be a barn burner, I didn't know what that was. It was a barn burner. Dortmund 3, Stuttgart 3. And you're thinking, wow, it swung, momentum swung both ways. Dortmund had it. They thought they'd won it. And then Stuttgart came back again. Oh, it was 2-0 to Dortmund. And then it became 2-2. And then, honestly, it was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I was so happy to get finally one in. And my weekend, did do the, I can reveal. Don't think anyone's going to too find me. The Wizard of Oz little walk around we did, it was all right. It was quite nice actually in the darkness. It's actually really, really good. Good little light show as well. I really enjoyed that. Enjoyed the family meal as well. And you know what? Footballing highlight. Didn't think I'd ever say this guy. Probably Cristiano Ronaldo's overhead kick.
Oh yeah, it's mad, isn't it?
I'm not a Ronaldo fanboy. Not my thing. But I have to give praise where it's due, and in a week, well, not the same week, but considering, it would be the same week actually. Considering Scott McTominay scored an overhead kick, which I am refusing to even acknowledge happened. It wasn't even that good of a free kick overhead kick, to be honest. It's a lucky touch. Ronaldo's pure class. It's the ability. That was genuinely. I was really, for a guy of his age. It doesn't matter what league you're doing it in. It's still pretty impressive when you see an overhead kick. You're like, fuck's sake. Yeah, he's going to break the all-time goal scoring record across all competitions. I think it's just over 1,000 goals or something. There's something stupid. He'll do it easy.
He'll keep playing until he does do it, I reckon.
Oh, I wouldn't be shocked. Most goals of all time. Wasn't it Romero, I think it was. I'm almost certain it was Romero who was top. Let's have a look. What's Wiki's? Well, Wiki's, that's no use.
Not sure, because Pele just makes his up, doesn't he, as he goes along, so...
Well, he won't, because he's dead.
Yeah,
he can't really make them up anymore.
Every time he was asked, he just added more on.
Yeah, I scored about 20 in a community game in 1972. Did you?
Yeah.
What? Oh, okay. Shevva shout-outs, though. I've got Alex again from Las Vegas. Would 100% have Tony back. They just don't make defenders like him anymore. Joy in the dressing room. Absolute nutter on the pitch. Played in that Tuchel defence that was the best in Europe that 2021 season. Partner him next to Reece on that right-hand side. And it's just a blue wall back there again. I love that. I don't know if it's going to happen. Who knows?
It won't happen.
Hey,
It
Vinny
won't happen.
Jr.'s available. Apparently, I think that's a great idea considering some have questioned his attitude at Real Madrid and he doesn't get on with the manager. So yeah, bring that. That's a brilliant idea. How much is he on again? Oh my word!
Yeah,
But
so he's going Saudi, isn't he?
yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. KP though, KP is back and he set his sights on you, Chris.
Oh, of
Oh,
course.
here we go. We are second in the table, second most clean sheets, most big chances created, most goals scored. Let's hear Chris complain about how boring we are. Huge, you up there?
Okay. Okay. We are boring though. It's not just us. It's not just us. I'm not having a go at us. I will come on to this later. I'm having a go at the Premier League. Premier League's boring.
Yeah, I can see justification here. What I really am happy about though, Mads. Oh, Mads, I love this. How could you, Mike? You forgot to mention the biggest derby in Denmark. FC Copenhagen versus Brøndby. It's more than just a match. It's the most intense and iconic rivalry in Danish football. City versus suburbs, capital city elite versus working class for Stegnen. The atmosphere is unmatched in Denmark. It's the one game where the Superliga feels truly international. You know what? Spot on. I would like to apologise right now to Mads and everyone listening who's Scandinavian. I fucked up there. I genuinely missed that one. And I even watched the highlights back of that game because I tend to watch FC Copenhagen highlights. And they dominated. Despite having less possession. It was weird. And if you fancy feeling old, 28-year-old, son of Henrik, Jordan Larsson scored the only goal in a 1-0 win. I thought, I don't think I'm going to feel old. I know Jordan Larsson's his son. I knew that. And I was expecting to see 20 or 21-year-old. I just saw 28 and I was like, oh, fuck me. How's that happened? Wow. Oh, no. It's like Idika Johnson's kids.
Bad.
Idika Johnson's kids are probably like, what, 30 now? I'm like, what is going on?
Bad, isn't it?
Oh, man. But, thank you so much, of course, for your reviews, thoughts, and everything else. If you want yours read out in the show, just drop one over on Spotify and make sure to shout you out on the next episode. So with that, we're going to hit some good old news. When I find the button. Can't find it. There it is. Well, it's Monday, so it's the charcuterie board of news, and I've got two. It's really weak news weekend. I've got footy headlines. They exclusively revealed that Chelsea's 26-27 away kit will be, you know what it is, black and yellow, black and yellow. It's the first time in 10 years since our 16-17 kit, which had black stripe, yellow paint. I hear they're scared of it, but them Chelsea pros ain't. No, genuinely, what, apart from me getting to sing Wiz Khalifa, what do you make of a black and yellow kit for next season, Chris?
I like the idea of it. I hope, though, it's yellow with black, not black with yellow.
Oh, but the 12 and 13 kit, like Eden Hazard-esque, that I loved that one. Oh, that's so cool that was.
It could still be nice. I would just prefer a yellow away kit. I don't think we've had a yellow away kit for a really long time. Last one I remember would be the long sleeve one at Diego Costa.
Oh,
we wore it against Everton at Goodison Park when we won like 6-3.
21-22 apparently our last away kit that was yellow.
I don't remember that one.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now.
Was that the one that was really just plain yellow?
It was yellow with 3 on it and the lines like a Word document, like a piece of paper.
Oh, I did. Yeah, that's why I forgot that one. I did not like that one.
The signing, when we signed Lukaku, that's it. I'm looking at that kit and I have no memory of this kit.
I think we only wore that like once.
I don't remember it. Well, I'm looking at it right now, but don't remember it.
I didn't like that one.
Well, definitely wouldn't have bought that. Yeah, it'd be interesting. I do. It's always hilarious to see the kits get leaked in really early in the current season. But hey, it's just the way the game goes. And finally, oh my word, the sponsor news that we have all been waiting for. It's now official. Chelsea Football Club today announced that Coca-Cola will be the official soft drink supplier for the club across the UK and Europe on a long-term deal. This is a groundbreaking agreement because it means that Coke Zero will lead a lineup of Coca-Cola's iconic beverages served at Stamford Bridge and Kings Meadow. And they include Coca-Cola, Diet Coke, Fanta, Sprite, and more. They'll be available to all supporters on match days. How did you react upon hearing that news?
Fucking hell.
It was a real big deal, apparently, on the social media. I was like, okay, slow day.
Why do we care? Like,
I'm
it has literally no bearing whatsoever.
well. I mean, we're getting a sponsor for everything. Enzo Maresca's left bollock. It's potential. If you want to sponsor it, I mean, you could. It's everything but the front of shirt. We're getting a
we will
sponsor
sponsor everything except for the one thing that should be sponsored.
today. Listeners, just for £10 per game, you could sponsor one of Reece James's studs on his shoe. Oh, now I look honest. My love for Coca-Cola dropped off like Liverpool this season. I mean, I used to love it, but over the years I've become more and more a Pepsi man. I don't think anything beats a Pepsi Max Cherry. They're not a sponsor.
Oh my God. Do you know what? Me and you are right on the same page there.
Oh, good man. Oh, and look. You might even be on the same page with this. Look, we have our differences on Christmas, but the only good thing that Coca-Cola had going for them was the Christmas advert, and that's AI slop now. They've wrecked the best part about AI. I don't know. I don't want AI slop. And you could go, oh, Mike, you sound old. No, look, AI is lazy. You can use it for a lot of good. I agree. But it does artists and videographers and so many creative minds out of a job when I'd rather see something real designed by a pen or a hand on a digital pad than someone typing in a prompt. Not for me. Listeners, Pepsi or Coca-Cola, let us know. With that, I really quick news, really speeding through it. So that means we get to go to the winners and losers because we headed up north to Burnley with a clash with Burnley. Chelsea walked into Turf Moor on a cold Premier League afternoon and walked out with something far warmer, momentum. 2-0 win over Burnley wasn't simply just 3 points. It was a marker laid down by a side beginning to quite hum under Enzo Maresca, now perched second in the Premier League table, just 3 points at the time of recording off Arsenal's shoulder. This one didn't start like a classic. 36 minutes, the match drifted, heavy legs, low rhythm. Burnley clocking the passing lanes like a team fighting gravity itself. And then Chelsea found their oxygen. Jamie Gittins, a spark plug on the left, carved open a pocket space and sent a teasing, vicious ball curling toward the far post. Pedro Neto glided in from the opposite flank like a man born for the moment, met it with a header so measured, so controlled, it felt more like a passing gesture than an act of force. One touch, one flash of quality, 1-0. And Burnley did not really recover. Andrey Santos played like a 20-year-old metronome, like a veteran of 1,000 battles. He cut off counters, he won duels, he anchored everything Maresca asked of him. And the killer blow needed to be delivered, but it arrived in the 88th minute, forged by a teenager with the frame of a heavyweight and the touch of a seasoned poacher. Marc Guiu bullied Burnley's backline, held them off like they were shopping trolleys drifting in the wind, then slipped the ball into the path of Enzo Fernandez, who hammered it home from close range to seal Chelsea's third straight league victory. Job done, engine cooling, eyes already drifting toward Barcelona on Tuesday night. Oh, Burnley 0, Chelsea 2. Winners and losers. Who have you got? How many have you got?
I've got 3 and 3.
I went 3 and 2. I did struggle with the losers this time. It wasn't the most exciting game, which I thought.
Fucking hell, that's an understatement.
I thought someone might bring it up, so I just left it alone. I will go for the easiest winner. Man of the match, player of the game, Andrey Santos. Fair play, mate. Fair play. I mean,
yeah, he's on mine as well.
Coming of age game, really. Burnley kicked fucking lumps out of this lad, and some horrific challenges as well. And yet he didn't lose his head. He didn't have a red mist. He didn't make a rash reaction. He just had composure, and he was as calm as a yoga instructor after a 10-day retreat. He did the dirty work brilliantly. You know, the blocks, the recoveries, clearances, that sort of thing. And I think the biggest compliment I could pay him is that Maresca didn't feel the need to bring on Caicedo at any point.
Yeah.
That tells you, because how many times have we seen, oh, I've got to get Caicedo, let's put this fire out. And apparently I've been reading that Caicedo's been teaching Santos a lot in training. Well, you can see it's paying off because he had a good game, and you know his numbers were absurd. Not I could put a stat drop on it, but 63 touches. He had 7 duels won, 4 interceptions, 4 possession wins, 4 clearances, 3 tackles, 2 fouls won, and he created a chance. That's 17 defensive contributions. I mean, that's a lot of work. And he played all 90 as well. And he didn't look knackered in the 90th minute. Fair play, mate. I've got to give you more than your flowers. What made him a winner for you?
Well, all of that really. And the fact that I think it's the first time, definitely this season, but really in memory where we've played a game without Caicedo and you wasn't sat there thinking we need to get Caicedo on here. Like that's probably the biggest compliment you can give him, that he's come in to replace the world's best midfielder and you wouldn't have noticed that Caicedo wasn't playing, which is massive for Santos. And I think he's another one where I think he's kind of been waiting for like a turning point moment. And this could be it. You don't know. How he gets in the team long term, I still don't really see how he could start games regularly. But
Yeah.
he could be a really good partner. I mean, I know people are going to bring up, oh, that means dropping Enzo Fernandez, but he could be a really good partner for Caicedo if we're just looking at Santos in isolation. I think he can do a similar role to Caicedo, but he can also be a little bit more box to box and be more of a goal scoring threat. So he is a quality player. I just worry about whether he's going to get adequate game time to really develop how he should, because really it is difficult to get him in the team. Like that's not a blame on Maresca. I wouldn't see how to get him in the team at the minute regularly either, but you can't ask more than come in for the best player and perform as well as the best player does.
Yeah, I think that he's got more of a chance because, unfortunately, the injury history of Romeo Lavia. Because we always talk
100%.
Where does he fit in the team? You know, we've got a trio. If you're picking based on prime, fully fit, you would go Lavia, Enzo, Caicedo. However, that's not the real world, and the real world is Lavia cannot be trusted. That's not fair. Not relied on. And that means, for me, Santos would be that replacement because he can clearly do he can create and destroy. So that's brilliant. And it's brilliant for us because we all got very excited when he was doing well at Strasbourg and how he was playing for the Brazilian under 17, 18 team. And we are now seeing the slow evolution of him into a Premier League midfielder, which is great. This benefits Chelsea. And again, I've got to say, we've had more hits very early, but we're seeing more hits from South America with our signings than misses. I know someone's going to bring up like Diego Moreira and Washington, and there was somebody else who we signed, and that sort of tells you enough. Doesn't... Yeah. Well, haven't seen much about him, have we, because of Dortmund? But I look at Santos, look at Esteval. We've done all right there. Not done too bad. Who's your second winner?
Pedro Neto.
I'm glad you picked him because I didn't, but it was a tough one to admit.
No, I'll be honest with you, Marky. He's on here because there wasn't that many standout performers in the. He scored.
He did.
He scored, and then when I was writing it, because I didn't write the winners and losers immediately after the game, and I didn't write them. I didn't even write them on the same day. I wrote them today. So when I thought back about the game, I remember Neto scoring. And then I literally couldn't remember a single other thing that he did. But he did score a crucial goal. So it kind of makes him a default winner. But it wasn't an outstanding performance by any means. But as I've said before, so I have to stay consistent with it. I'd rather a player who has an forgettable performance, but scores or assists, than someone who plays really well and does nothing output-wise.
Yeah, I totally understand that. I will transition that because, man, I want to leave my second winner for the last. I'll throw them in last. So I'll go for the final one, which was, and I could have easily gone for Pedro Neto. I really could have. I could have easily gone for Jamie Gittins because that pass alone was an absolute beauty. And
lovely cross. Really good.
My word, what a pinpoint. I love to see a diving header as well. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
But I've actually gone with Enzo Maresca because I think I don't care where Burnley are in the table. Turf Moor it's never been a comfortable away day. Sunderland are one of the most informed teams in the Premier League, most surprising. And they got beat up there. You know, Burnley do sit deep. They block the space off. They force you to solve their tactical puzzle. We struggle against that. We usually do. And we solved it twice. We had two genuine moments of quality, the cross, and obviously how Marc Guiu, more on him later, pressured the defence and got the ball in, and Enzo scored. I mean, the Marc Guiu substitution himself, I've got to praise it. Maresca could have gone defensive. He could have, and he has done previously. He could have brought on Caicedo, closed the shop up. But he didn't. He went like for like. He trusted the structure. He gave Marc Guiu a shot, and Marc Guiu rewarded him with the assist that seals the win. Look, KP touched on it in Shevva Shoutouts, and they're right. We're second. We've played 12 games and we're second. And we are the second highest scorers in the league, only one goal behind Manchester City, who have Erling Haaland, who has 14 goals already on his own back. I mean, no one's talking about us as a potential title challenger. Maybe that's a little bit silly. Maybe there's a good reason for that, and I'd understand the reasoning. But I will give Maresca credit for where we are in this project. 2 trophies, second in the Premier League, second top scorers. Fair play. I'll give credit.
Yeah, and that is fair. I do think people have got to just remember though that we was in a similar position at this time last year.
Yeah. I think the difference I want to see, that's probably better. This time last year, it was his first season, and I can understand there's a bit of drop off because you're still kind of connecting and learning and everything else, and that might be an excuse, but I feel that's a valid reason. Now we can't really fall on that and say, oh well, we're still learning, we're young. No, we've had the extra year to bed in. You are world champions.
Yeah.
Who's your second winner or third? Yeah, third.
Yeah, Marc Guiu.
Same.
Brilliant piece of individual play for the assist for the goal that ultimately sealed the win. I mean, I think Burnley could still be there now and they wouldn't have scored, to be honest. But at 1-0, it's always like dangerous, isn't it? One set piece or one slip from a defender, and all of a sudden, you've got points. So I think Marc Guiu is better than Liam Delap. I don't see anything Delap does that Marc Guiu can't do. And I'd argue that Marc Guiu has performed better for us this season than Liam Delap has. And everyone's going to go, oh, Liam Delap, he's only played a few games because he got injured. Marc Guiu's only played a few games as well. It's not like he's had 16 games. He's played about 6 times, most of them off the bench, and he's having more of an impact than Liam Delap is. I really think with Guiu, we really overlooked a player that we could have had and utilised, and almost underrated his usefulness to this squad, and went out and brought a striker who is almost identical in profile, but Guiu's better at it.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought him up, because Marc Guiu, 14 minutes, 1 assist. 14. He is a proper old school striker. He enjoys the battle. And Burnley's defenders they were just climbing all over him like it was Black Friday and he was the last TV. He absorbed it all, though. He was strong. He was unbothered. He was composed, unlike, a certain other striker that we've had before. And the best part, though, was he was unselfish. He could have taken the shot on himself, but instead he squared it to Enzo. And boom, 2-0, job done. We're finished. We're good. We've got the composure.
The composure was brilliant. Like the decision making in that moment, because you've got to remember as well, he's coming off the bench, trying to make an impression as a striker, and he's essentially 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper. And you look at it and you think he would be entitled to take the shot on.
Yes.
But he noticed that Enzo was in a better position and would score a goal that guaranteed us the 3 points. So he's just rolled it across, made the right decision. I think that's a sign of an intelligent player who's not thinking about himself.
Yeah. And for me, you've said it, I'm backing it. He's now ahead of Delap because he's more reliable. He's more physical. he's more aware, and he's far more effective in the system. I say he's reliable. Liam Delap is a physical player, but he can't seem to control the temper. Marc Guiu is younger, and you could almost excuse if he had a bit of a temper, but he doesn't show it. I've not seen it. He may have it, but I've not seen it. I can throw Marc Guiu into a game, and I can trust him to be physical, but I can trust him not to be sent off, which ironically is probably going to lead to his first red card this week at some time. I'm sure now I've said that, but he's not just a number 9. I think he might be our number 9 right now. I certainly trust him more.
I really like him. I liked him last season, to be honest, and I do think there's been times where I do think he's been a little bit unfairly treated. I don't know what must like either Maresca or the club must be seeing day to day that makes them not fancy him, because every time I see him, he's full of enthusiasm, he's full of running, he wants to do a job for the team. He always manages to put himself as well in areas where he can score goals.
Yeah. You know what? We always go from winners to losers. And we're already talking about him. So my second on this list loser, was Liam Delap. And
he's on mine as well.
Well, look, he's coming back from a nasty hamstring injury, so I'm not going to pile on. But the gap between him and Marc Guiu is getting wider. You know, I look at the stats from the game. So you had Delap against Burnley. He had 67 minutes in the game, 2 shots, both off target, 0.05 XG, little in regards to hold-up play, which he's meant to have, little impact. Marc Guiu, 14 minutes. He created a chance, which was the assist, and he was dominant in a duel. He was mature. And again, the assist was proof of better decision-making. Right now, the eye test for me and the data both point to one thing. He's more effective. And we had actually Brandon ask us, and Brent as well. They were like, is Guiu more effective than Delap on current form? And Brent asked, does he deserve more minutes and trust? My answer is yes to both. I've seen enough from Delap, including close up the Wolves red card, to know that right now, Marc Guiu is more reliable. He's more impactful. I trust Guiu over Delap. And I shouldn't really be saying that, considering when you compare the strikers, who we paid more, who's got more Premier League experience, Marc Guiu is the better player right now. Liam Delap's a loser for you. Why?
Well, very similar reasons to what you just said. I think when you look at Guiu's on the pitch for 14 minutes and gets in a position where he can get an assist, and he gets one. And even if Enzo misses the chance, I think Guiu would have done all that he could in terms of creating the chance. If Enzo puts it over the bar, then that's a different issue. But he gets the assist because Enzo puts it away. If you look earlier in the game, Liam Delap gets put in a very similar position on the other side of the pitch, with Enzo Fernandez in the middle of the box screaming for the ball, and he doesn't deliver. And Enzo Fernandez actually has a go at him after about not putting the ball across the box for the tap-in. And you just think it's those moments of decision making that you might have got away with at Ipswich. You won't get away with that here. You haven't built up any credit here to get away with those decisions. The more concerning thing for me about Delap is he never ever looks like scoring a goal. Yes, he's been injured, and I understand that, but 67 minutes against Burnley, who are in the relegation zone. 63 minutes against Wolves, who are in the relegation zone. Well, absolutely awful, in fact. In those 2 games, he's had 4 shots, 1 on target, against 2 teams in the bottom 3. Who's he going to score against them? If you ain't scoring against them, who are cannon fodder at the minute for everybody, then who are you getting? I mean, 19 touches in the game, 13 touches against Wolves, 13 touches. That's poor. Really, really bad. 19 touches against Burnley ain't great. Let's be fair.
His most impactful touches were 2 against Wolves, and they were elbows, and they led to his dismissal.
Yeah, I just think I just look at it and I just think at the moment I just don't see what he's offering. Um, I will say there was some in the first half, especially there was some good play with his back to goal where the ball's come up to him and he's held it well or he's knocked it off to a teammate. It wasn't like a horrendous performance, but it was just a performance of a centre forward who you look at and you think, yeah, he's not really a worry. Like I never at any point thought Burnley looked worried about him. Um, and really, he should have been doing what Guiu did in terms of bullying those centre halves. That's what we was told Liam Delap was going to do. He was able to bully centre halves and create chances almost himself. But we haven't seen any of that yet, and it's a real concern because yes, I understand he's coming back from injury, but we've seen this time and time again with Chelsea strikers. If you don't get off to a good start, it's very, very hard for you then to get going because the expectation goes up and the criticism goes up, and I mean, the competition for places goes up. Marc Guiu is breathing down his neck now. It's another Esteval situation where you could start questioning the manager as to why are you playing him over him when clearly he's in the better form.
Yeah, no disagreement there. Who's your second loser?
João Pedro.
Oh, okay.
Very similar. Like again, what did he do in this game? Nothing. I can't remember a single positive interaction that he had on the game. Did he look like scoring a goal? No. Did he look like creating a goal? No. He's another one where his drop off from the player we've seen in the Club World Cup and the player we've seen at the start of the season has been absolutely huge. It's another game that he just had no impact on. Again, was he terrible? No. But was he good? No. He was just there. Like I mean, the game was very much like that. I will say that. Like, I don't think anyone was excellent, and I don't think anyone was terrible. The game was just sort of like there.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
and did he go away with Brazil international duty? I think he did.
He might have. I don't know.
Yeah. So there's that to take into consideration as well. But when you see today that Cole Palmer's back training and possibly could be involved in the Arsenal game, João Pedro is someone I worry about because
Yeah,
if
he
Palmer
did
comes,
get called up. He did get called up.
yeah, I thought so. If Palmer comes back and gets fit and can play, I don't see a place in the team for João Pedro. I really don't, except for coming off the bench because you're not going to play him on the wing. I wouldn't want to play him up front. And he definitely isn't going to get in ahead of Palmer.
That's the thing. I can't even say he was busy during the international break because he played 25 minutes against Senegal in the first game, and then he didn't play in the second game against Tunisia. So, yeah, it's a shame. It's definitely a surprise to the player we saw at the Club World Cup when we were all very excited, very much on cloud nine.
He could get better with Palmer coming back.
Yeah,
of course, because Palmer has that ability to make players better. But I just think we're not signing players for Cole Palmer to make them good. We're signing players who can come in when Palmer's not there, and help the team. And I don't think João Pedro's done that necessarily. I think he is our top goal scorer, but
I think it's Enzo, isn't it?
Oh, is it Enzo now?
I was certain it was Enzo.
I think João Pedro's got 5 now, is he, in the Premier League?
Let me have a look. Our top scorer in the squad. It's joint. Oh, fucking hell. It's joint top 3. We've got João Pedro, Pedro Neto, and Enzo Fernandez all on 4.
Oh, that's shit, isn't it? Jesus.
I'm quite surprised that Pedro has 4. I didn't even realise Pedro Neto had 4. Wow.
Although, again, what I would say is, have you looked at the Premier League's top goal scorers?
I'm guessing it's Haaland and then 6 players on like 6 goals or something. I haven't looked.
It's literally Haaland and nobody else.
Yes, of course it is. Oh,
Like, it's not a golden boot race anymore because there's literally no one else in the league who's scoring goals.
Oh, sorry, I've got it. It's in fifth, Jean-Philippe Mateta with 6, 2 penalties. Semenyo, 6, 1 penalty. Danny Welbeck, 7, no penalties. Igor Thiago, 9, 4 penalties. And then Haaland, 14, no penalties. So it's Danny Welbeck and Haaland. It's Danny Welbeck and Haaland then.
Fuck, mate. Honestly, the standard of this league is on the floor.
Danny Welbeck. Oh, he just keep evergreen, isn't it? Evergreen. It's just nothing stops that man. Oh my word. Brilliant. I love it. Oh, right. I guess I'll go with my final loser. So my final loser is a duo. It's Scott Parker, and it's Burnley fans as well, because I was just shocked at how little of the rules that they knew during this game. 2 moments summed up the confusion around their confusion about the laws of the game. So we got the first one, the head injury incident. So we all know Sanchez clears the ball. The game wasn't even actually showing the incident. They were busy showing a replay before they cut back to it. And what we saw was Sanchez, he clears the ball, it smashes into Enzo's head, he goes down. Burnley recycled the ball for 10 seconds, didn't really do much with it. Referee then correctly stops the play because it's a head injury. It is. Scott Parker's lost his mind. Burnley fans are booing. Head injuries take priority though, regardless of how they happened. And it was a bit of a comical one, but that's the rule. That's the right call. Like it or not, that's the right call. The Chalobah handball, that wasn't. At first, I was convinced. I was like, whoa. And then I thought, hang on a minute. And the pain I suffered to read online afterwards. I'm seeing respected media outlets report false statements here. A simple Google search would have shown why it was not given as a handball offence. You could have Googled it. Sanchez plays, in quotes, and I'm doing those quotes, the goal kick short, but Zian Fleming is standing on the line of our box and the ball's kicked. That means it's inside the penalty area. And under law 16, going to bring this up, the ball is not in play, the sequence is invalid, the handball is impossible, and the goal kick must be retaken. So if the referee had given handball, which he could have, it would have been overturned by VAR. And then to read online that Sanchez signalled he was taking it, that's irrelevant. It doesn't matter whether he's signalling it. The rule's the rule. We saw this with like the Marc Guiu one earlier in the season with the wall. And you go, oh, it's a getaway. But that is the rule. It doesn't matter if you didn't know of the rule. That is the rule. And yet half of Burnley Twitter, the manager, multiple media outlets just insisting it's a penalty. It's not. And
I can tell you right now, though, if the referee does give that handball penalty, VAR do not overturn it. There is no way VAR.
I don't know.
No way will VAR look to see if that Burnley player's foot is on the line of the 18-yard box. And I would be amazed if they know that that's the rule that you just read out.
They should do. They should.
But let's be honest, Mikey, they don't, do they?
Well, they knew about the free kick wall. I didn't even know that rule. I was blown away by that one. I was
I'll be honest with you. Again, like, you've done the research, and yes, letter of the law. It wasn't a penalty, but we have got away with one there because what Chalobah did was fucking stupid.
It was.
If the goalkeeper
risky.
kicks you the ball, don't put your hands on it. Also, you're a footballer, so why aren't you controlling that with your foot?
I see, yes. I'm not going to sit here and be too stupid. It was a risky decision that probably he won't do again.
Because there's no way Chalobah knew that bloke was inside the box.
No, I agree with that. I'm not going to pretend that he didn't. No, but yeah.
Honestly, defenders have got to stop doing this. If the goalkeeper rolls you the ball with their foot, why don't you just assume that that's in play and don't put your hands on it?
Yeah, you're right. I just thought I'd bring up rule law 16 because I don't think we hear enough of law 16, to be honest.
No, we don't.
On the topic of law 16, what's your final loser? I know it's not law 16, but
it's not. No,
damn,
it's me.
Oh no, Chris, why are you a loser?
And what I'm about to say now, this is me being deadly serious. I'm not taking the piss. This is me being deadly serious, right? We won this game and we went second in the league, and we're actually having a decent season. Like, we are, challenging for the title. Am I enjoying it? No. And again, this isn't me having a go at us, and this isn't me having a go at Maresca. So KP, you can stop typing now, mate. I'm really struggling at the moment to fall back in love with Premier League football. I watch the games now, and I don't enjoy watching them. Like the modern Premier League way of playing football, I just find more boring than enjoyable. And I can still remember now, like going back, nostalgia vibes, watching every single game of the weekend. And yeah, you get the shit games, Sunderland, Blackburn 0-0, and you'd think, fucking hell, that was dreadful. But out of the maybe 4 games you'd watch in a weekend, 3 of them would be good, and you'd get a shit one, and you go, yeah, that was the shit one. But the other 3 I really enjoyed. I still remember lying on the sofa. It must have been like 2007, 2008, around that time, mid 2000s. Lying on the sofa on a Saturday lunchtime, 12:30 kickoff, pissing down with rain outside, watching Portsmouth against Aston Villa at Villa Park, where Sully Muntari scored an absolute rocket half volley from about 35 yards. I still remember that now, because that was like proper football. This new Premier League, and I watched the Arsenal-Tottenham game yesterday, and you know what? It wasn't a bad game. But did I enjoy it? Not really. It was just, it's a game. Some good goals and yeah. But everything between the goals was drab, boring, dull, nothing happening, and then a goal, okay, and then another 15 minutes of just drabness, and then another goal, and it's really quite sad in a way. But I still watch a lot of the Premier League games of the weekend, and I don't enjoy them. And I don't know whether this is like, I don't know, it's a different generation thing now, and nostalgia makes you think that the games back in, when I was younger was better, or whether it's genuinely the case. But it'd be interesting to know from the listeners, actually, anyone who's sort of my sort of generation, so over 30, whether they feel the same. But I watch these Premier League games now, and I don't get that same feeling about it. Like, I used to watch like, I don't know, Man United Blackburn, and I used to get emotionally involved in the game because I wanted Man United to lose normally. And you get emotionally involved, and even if it wasn't your team, you could get involved in the game. I don't feel that anymore, and I'm struggling to even feel it for our own team now. Like, sat there Saturday lunchtime, and I watched the game. I watched most of the Chelsea games with my dad, to be honest. And I spent most of the time just having a conversation and sort of glimpsing at the game every now and again, and then talking, and then glimpsing back when the commentator said something. I find it really difficult now to get engrossed in the emotion of the game when you're watching it at home, because I just find it really slow and boring, for want of a better word.
I understand to a degree where you're coming from, because you saying about Man United Blackburn, I mean, I am pulling this out my hat because I've had to check which date it was, but I remember it being around Christmassy time, and it was actually New Year's Eve. Blackburn won 3-2 at Old Trafford. Yakubu scoring twice.
Well, yeah, what a game.
The thing is, the reason I'm going to just bring that is, I think it was more chaotic. Games weren't as controlled. Nowadays, you will see more controlled football. So you're saying about when it was peak football for you. When do I think? I would probably argue Probably the 2010s. Like, I enjoyed the noughties. I
Yeah.
really did. I did. And I was what? I'd have been entering that era. I'd have been 7, exiting the era. I'd have been 17. So, yeah, I'm becoming an adult. I'm learning more about football. I'm understanding it better. Yes, the 2010s certainly were more what I would pick as peak. I enjoyed that so much. And
I enjoyed the 2010s as well. I'm with you there.
I think it's the chaos we miss. You know that games are controlled now. Less mistakes. You see like it or not, people say there's still players out there. Yeah, there's still players. There's not as many. I would say Mavericks that change a game. Eden Hazard. Oh my word, he'd change a game. We don't have that many anymore.
I think now, and people might agree. I mean, obviously, younger people who this is all they've ever known won't understand this, but there aren't many footballers in the Premier League now. There just isn't. That's a fact. There's a lot of athletes who play football, but there's not many footballers. I can't think of many players who are currently playing in the Premier League who you could drop into that 2000s, 2010s era and say a top club would pick them up. I don't think a lot of these players would play for top clubs. They'd be lucky to be playing in the Premier League, let alone for top clubs. When you like what you've just said there about that Blackburn game, Yakubu, he'd be playing in a top 6 team now. If Yakubu was playing now, he'd be playing for one of the top 6 without question. Who did he play for back then? Portsmouth, Middlesbrough, Blackburn. And he was an unbelievable player. But the quality in the league then was so high that even the teams down the bottom had these unbelievable players who should have been playing for better clubs. And they just, there wasn't enough teams to go around, really. But now you look at it and you think, who from Burnley do you want to watch play football? Nobody. How many players in the Premier League now would you watch a game just to watch them play?
I used to do that. I used to watch players. Yeah, I mean, this is streets won't forget level, but I used to watch Blackburn because of Pedersen and Yakubu.
Yeah,
and
two guy.
Oh yes, you're right. And I'm thinking now. Yeah, you're right. You just think, who? Yeah, it is a shame because it is nice to have those unique players in each squad, really.
And and I think it's a real issue because I think now players are coached too much. Players don't just play football anymore. They are meticulously managed from the time that they are kids and talented to the time they play senior professional football. They are so coached that they become so robotic that they don't do anything anymore. This is why players like Esteval look so exciting, because he hasn't been massively coached. He wouldn't have grew up in some posh academy, in the middle of London. He grew up in Brazil, probably kicking the ball around without any shoes on. You know what I mean? Like, that's people like Ronaldinho, who was like a player you'd never seen before. He used to do things with the ball that you'd never seen another player do. When was the last time you seen a footballer invent something? They all just do the same thing now. They just do stuff that already exists.
Yeah. Let us know, listeners, what you think. What you think on it. And of course, it's time to hear who the Drinkwater Discorders winners and losers from the game were. So I've got Walt. Winners for him was Santos, Neto and Gittins. Santos put in a shift, allowing Caicedo a full-on rest. Defensively solid and kept the ball moving. Gittins and Neto both dangerous, taking on their man and getting to the byline. Gittins assist with the Neto finish. Neto played a blinder, in my opinion. Losers, Sanchez, Tosin and Delap. Delap done nothing since he returned except make bad decisions and have poor execution. Tosin is Tosin at this point, and Bob's distribution and passing was tight butthole all day long. Didn't cost us though, luckily. Blind Beto, winners, Santos, defensive performance. Guiu came in, did more in 10 minutes than Delap and Jow. Starters that got rested for the important games coming up. For the losers, passing, soft, loose and inaccurate all throughout the game. Badiashile, what the fuck are you doing in that back post that got you the yellow card? Yeah, that's a good point. I forgot about that. That was
that was risky as well.
What are you doing? Oh, Delap did very little to nothing. Had an assist for the second on his boot and chose to hold the ball. So we're on the same wavelength here. We are. Brad, winners, win. We didn't play great, although had moments, but 3 points. Santos played well, worked hard, managed to keep Caicedo off the pitch for needed rest. Gittins wasn't amazing, but made the first goal and think that was massive and became easier from there. Losers, Maresca seemed clueless and couldn't get a 90-minute performance out of the team, only really good in one half. João Pedro needed more from him, had moments, but was lost for most of it. Esteval, what can you say sitting on the sideline with that much talent watching Neto and Gittins? Defo needs to be a starter. And T. Foley, winners. Maresca, winning ugly, is still winning. And Santos, best game of the year. Caicedo, got to rest, ready for the Champions League. Right, well, emojis. My emoji game review was Brazil flag for Santos. Simple. Easy. That's a bit lazy of me, actually. I'm sticking with it. I've wrote it now.
I'm just going to go with the thumbs up.
Nice.
Went there, lunchtime, after an international break, got the 3 points, found a way to win in a absolute drab game. Got the points, let's move on.
Correct. And moving on, we move to our line of the week. Who did we have? I'm nervous now.
I picked Esteval, and he played about 40 seconds.
Nice. I had Garnacho, and he didn't play, I don't think.
Didn't play at all.
And the wheel went with Reece James, who played 45 minutes. So by default, the wheel wins. Well done, wheel.
Yeah, well done, wheel.
Win by default. Actual Lion, of course, goes without question, Mr. Andrey Santos. And with that, that means we get to move to the good old match preview. We are having a quiet one. Match preview, we're taking on Barcelona in the Champions League. Here is the scoop on them. They are, I need to really change this when I write first. I'm still there. I've left first in the Premier League. Of course, they're not. They're second in La Liga. They have a total of 10 wins, 1 draw, and 2 defeats. They are 11th in the Champions League with 2 wins, 1 draw, and a loss. Recent form, 4 wins and 1 defeat. So, yes, 4 wins and 1 defeat. Yeah, just checking. Player spotlight. Look, it might be obvious. I could say Lamine Yamal. I'm not going to. I'm going to say Marcus Rashford. 2 goals and 6 assists so far. I mean, he's on loan from Manchester Red, and he's showing up that it's Manchester United that are the problem, as it always is. It's been known. So the last time that Barcelona beat us was on the 14th of March 2018. Wouldn't be a preview if I didn't tell you what the UK #1 was. And on that date, it was These Days by Jess Glynn, feat Macklemore. So these days we've been choosing Esteval as our line quite a bit, but are we going to pick him this time? Is he going to start? No.
What I don't understand is, I don't understand why leave him basically on the bench for the whole game against Burnley if he's not going to play this game. But I don't think he will play this game. Because if you don't trust him to start a game against Burnley, do you really trust him to start a game against Barcelona? Like I would. But
yes, I would. I would trust him, yeah.
But clearly I don't think Maresca will, because he doesn't trust him to start against Wolves. So you know, you think, oh, I don't know what we're doing there. Okay,
Wheels gone back-to-back Reece James.
I'm going Caicedo. I think midfield against Barcelona is always crucial.
Should I go Buenanotte again? No, let's be serious. I want to win. You know what? I'm going to go ballsy and go Esteval. I feel like he could have a game. Yeah, put him in. Got to. Blue versus who? Let's find out more about Barcelona. So, first question. 2 Ballon d'Or winners scored for Barcelona when they beat us 3-0 on the 14th of March 2018. Name those 2 winners.
Why don't I remember this game?
I'll be honest, I don't. I'm not going to lie. I had to, I looked at, yeah.
Was it out theirs?
Yes, I think so.
3-0. Oh, fucking hell.
I'm just going to have to quickly look up this. Yeah, it was. Oh, I had a panic then. So what? So then they knocked us out 4-1 in aggregate.
I honestly have no recollection of that game at all.
Fucking hell. Courtois played for us then. Fuck.
So
that's a throwback.
So this will be good. Yeah, that's Conte's second season, isn't it? 2017-18.
2 Ballon d'Or winners scored for Barcelona.
I'm assuming Messi's one of them.
Lionel Messi has won a Ballon d'Or and did score in that game. Scored twice.
Who else have that? Who else? Because no one, let's face it, no one else won a Ballon d'Or in that time. It was either Messi or Ronaldo.
Exactly.
No one else has won it.
So it could be a more recent player who didn't have that prize then.
Oh, it's not Ousmane Dembele.
It's Ousmane Dembele, who has won a Ballon d'Or. Oh,
I am watching the highlights of this game when we finish this pod because I literally do not remember us playing this game at all.
It might be worth it. I don't know if you're going to watch that first, or we talked between when we did the little mini break in the episode that Everton got a red card. It's because Idrissa Gueye slapped Michael Keane.
What? Why?
He slapped his own teammate, got sent off for it.
What a dickhead.
It's funny. Anyway, back to Barca. Barcelona have had only 6 front of shirt sponsors since 06. Just name 4 of them. I think that was a little easier than doing all 6.
Okay. if you're happy with that. Well, UNICEF.
UNICEF 06 to 2012.
Spotify?
Yeah, 22 to apparently 2026 is the deal.
Oh, that's the current one, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, it is indeed.
Qatar.
Yes, there's 2 with them. Yeah. Qatar Airways 13 to 17. There was another Qatar one before that, though, for 2 years from 11 to 13.
Qatar Foundation.
Yes, nicely done. You've got 4. There you go, 4.
Oh.
You could have had Beko or Biko. I don't remember that one. 2018 to 2020. And
Didn't they have one like Rakuten?
Rakuten 2017 to 2022, which no, that's wrong. But yeah, they had that for a little bit as well. So I just remember Rakuten because they took over Play.com, which was the rival to Amazon at the time. And finally, put these former Blues in order of when they first joined Barca. Not too, I don't think this is too difficult. You've got Deco, Cesc, Quaresma, Zenden, and Alonso. And no youth team does not count. So that shows you about Cesc. It's not going to be like 2002 for Cesc. It's when he joined Barca. Yeah, I'll be fair.
So I'm going to say Zenden's first.
1998.
Then Deco.
2004.
Who was the other 3 players? Cesc,
Quaresma.
Alonso. Oh, Quaresma, yeah. So Quaresma's going to be sort of late 2000s-ish. Pre-2010, I reckon.
It's definitely pre-2010.
I'm going to go Quaresma next.
2003. It was before Deco.
Was it?
Yes, 2003. I don't know when he joined us. It was 06-ish, 07.
Yeah. I thought he went to Barca after us, so...
He went to...
Oh, well, there you go.
Did he go to Inter after us?
Probably. He went everywhere, didn't he? Right, so we've got Zenden, Quaresma, Deco.
Yeah. Oh, he was on loan to us from Inter. Oh, of course he was. Mourinho.
Fabregas, Alonso.
Fabregas, Alonso. Yes, 2011. Marcos Alonso, 2022. So, Quaresma's questions, which I've got 2, but technically one's just me to have a little moan. We talked in the group chat about a question was asked to Maresca if he'd managed Barcelona. And as soon as, Matt Law asked it, as soon as he asked that question, I fucking knew it. I was like, you're trying to cause some drama here. And I said in a tweet 8 hours ago, I said, does he need clicks for an article? Holy fuck, was I spot fucking on, because he literally tweeted a few hours later, Chelsea head coach Enzo Maresca has not ruled out wanting to manage Barcelona in the future, despite insisting he's very happy at one of the best clubs in the world. Fucking stop this. Seriously, what a waste of a question. And second, it's so obvious what you were driving there. Like, it just annoys me, that does, because he did not have to rule out anything because it was a stupid fucking question. And I'm so glad I clicked a tweet and I was hoping that Chelsea fans would actually rally behind my own opinion and be like, this is bollocks, mate. And thank gosh they have. Literally, so many people just literally calling him to be banned from the press conferences. Yeah, it really annoyed me, that did, because that's just unnecessary shit to drive. That was to drive an article. Well done. You got the attention you wanted. So frustrating. I hate it. I really do.
And you are right. And do you know what it needs? It needs, because this is happening more and more now with the press asking these stupid, almost leading questions.
Yeah.
In these press conferences, it needs managers to grow a pair. And have you watched the TV series Ted Lasso?
Yes.
You know when Roy Kent does the press conference and they ask him that question, he goes, "What a fucking stupid question."
Yes.
That should have been Maresca's response to that question. Would you like to manage Barcelona one day? What a fucking stupid question.
Yeah.
Because that is a stupid question. Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I might get, and you could go, oh, he's not loyal to Chelsea. We might sack him next month. We might sack him
exactly.
That's literally the managerial roller coaster.
It's a stupid question because you could ask any manager in any job at the moment, would you like to manage this club? And the response would be, maybe. It would depend on the circumstance and the timing, and because there's no way Maresca's going to be with us for 30 years.
Yeah, well, that's the nature of the job. It would be very unlikely.
Be lucky to be here for 3 years.
Yeah, very much with Chelsea. Yeah, we're not quite Watford, but we get there. Look, on that topic, let us know, listener, as well. Please let us know about that. I'm going to pull rank and submit my own question because a few people actually did mention this to me, so I thought I would. Why does it feel so many fans still don't rate Enzo Maresca? Now, from my point of view, I already said this on Twitter. I mean, he's won the Conference League. He's won the Club World Cup in his first season. He has transformed how we play. He has us sitting second in the league. And I then put out, what more does he need to do to earn the full backing from the fan base? Now, I've been critical of many things he has done. The rotation, the team sheets, the subs. We are second. And if I look back at our season so far, I'd say Qarabağ and Lincoln City can be considered bad games. Not boring. Boring is if you win, you win. You know, that's what it is. Bad games. We weren't good against Qarabağ. We weren't good against Lincoln City, but we still beat Lincoln, which we expected. I'm not going to consider the games where we were a man down because that's individual stupidity. We know about that. And Carter, you asked me to share why I feel fans don't. My answer, I feel, is this. I kind of feel they do, but we live in a world where the vocal minority are the loudest. And I think that applies to politics. It applies to the workplace. We hear negative views louder than we hear the positive views. And my word, I've just touched on it with the Matt Law article. Negativity is proven. Controversy is proven to drive more traffic, more eyes, and more interest than that of a positive story. So when you start looking into negativity, you will often see more negativity. And if I compare one bold man to another, who's won a trophy in Schlott. Maresca didn't inherit a top-class team from a top-class manager. Schlott did with Klopp. You know, he did. Poch was okay, but we weren't winners. Maresca had to build this team and build it in his image because Poch and Maresca ball is different. And he's done that. And he's won 2 trophies due to it. There's a reason social media doesn't run the club. They might know more than us. I will take a back seat on it and say, well, no, I'll take a front seat and say that I actually think fans do back him. I just think that we're sort of used to seeing the negativity. I mean, look, I've been critical. I'm allowed to be critical. I think I have stepped over and gone a bit silly and go, oh, we shouldn't be, I've been silly. Right now, he's got more than credit in the bank. What do you think, Chris? What do you think on the whole subject of it?
I do think the split is probably about 50-50, to be honest. I do think there is still a relatively negative reaction amongst the home crowd. We're hardly singing his name every week. So I do think the split's about 50-50. In terms of why, I think it boils down to a couple of things. I think no one really takes into account the Conference League win, and I don't think they should, because it was a competition we literally should have won. It was harder for us not to win it than win it.
True.
I think the Club World Cup was a surprise, but again, I don't think that competition carries any prestige yet. Because, again, we don't know how prestigious that competition is going to become or not. I don't think he's overly likable.
Okay.
Which I don't think helps him either. I think a large portion of the fan base as well disagree with a lot of the decisions he's making in terms of leaving Estevao out of the team. The substitutions he's making, the constant change of lineups. I think for him to really win the fan base over, I think we need to win something big. I think you have to win something big. Even an FA Cup, I think, would help more. Winning the FA Cup would help more than winning the Club World Cup did in terms of winning the fans over, in my opinion. And I think we'd have to see more consistency because, yes, we are second in the league. But I do think if you look at the Premier League table at the moment, it's not hard to be second in the league. At the minute, we feel a little bit more Man United under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, where for some reason the fans wasn't happy, but they was second. And you thought, well, what aren't you happy about? Like, he's winning games and you're second, but you could just sense something wasn't right. And I still think there's a large portion of the fans that feel as though, yes, although the results are there and clearly the team's getting better, and yes, we are second in the league, you still watch us and you can still see there's an underlying problem that something isn't right here. We hardly look like the finished article. I don't think even the most optimistic fan would believe that we are truly in this title race, because would it shock anyone if we went and lost 3-0 to Arsenal? Probably not. And I think that's where it comes from. I think when you truly believe and back a manager, you'd be going into this Arsenal game thinking, we can close the gap on him here to 3 points. We can really get in this title race. But I think people are still expecting us to lose.
I think it'll be a tough game. We will preview that later on in the week. I think it'll be a tough game. I said this on Twitter. I would take losing 6-0 to Barca if it meant we beat Arsenal 9-0, because we destroy they're going to beat the 15 goals in a season record. No, they're not. 9-0, done. We'll see.
They're not going to beat that. No way.
Well, based on current form, no, because it will go, they've conceded 6 in 12. Now, if you do some maths, times that by 4, you've got, 24 goals in 36 games. No, 36, 2, 4, 6, 38 games. Sorry.
38.
Yeah. I'm not worried. I was worried like a couple of weeks ago. Now I'm not. I've got over that. Minor. We're fine. Listeners, we're at the end of an episode. Thank you as always for tuning in. And before we go, don't forget, proud part of Head in the Game, the mental health charities in football, sport wellbeing and community. You can find out more at headinthegame.co.uk. Treat yourself well. We'll be back later on in the week to talk Chelsea, Barcelona. So until then, that'll be us signing off.
You've been listening to At The Bridge Pod, a Chelsea FC podcast. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram by searching for At The Bridge Pod. And if you're listening on Apple or Spotify, leaving us a review is always appreciated.